If scrolling through Reels was an Olympic sport, I'd have 3 gold medals and a Netflix sponsorship by now. I used to open my book, then immediately decide the ceiling fan was more interesting. Then I made one mindset shift, and now I can sit down and study 10 hours like it's a Netflix binge. Let's talk about what actually changes your brain. You know that feeling when you're sitting at your desk, staring at your notes, but your brain just can't seem to focus? Yeah, that used to be me. I remember those days when studying felt like trying to push a boulder uphill. The more I tried to get things done, the heavier that boulder got. It wasn't just hard, it was draining. I'd open my books, only to find myself scrolling through social media or rewatching the same clip for the 10th time. I wasn't lazy, I was lost. The problem wasn't the study material or the time, I had plenty of both. It was my mindset. Somewhere along the way, I'd convinced myself that studying hard meant doing it in these huge all-or-nothing bursts. But every time I tried to push through that mindset, I'd end up burned out and still not getting anywhere. That was my life for a while, chasing productivity but never quite catching it. I was in this endless loop telling myself, tomorrow will be better, tomorrow I'll focus, tomorrow I'll do more. But every tomorrow felt like the same old story. Then one day it clicked. It wasn't about working harder. It wasn't about punishing myself for falling behind. It was about shifting how I approached the whole thing. I realized that my biggest hurdle wasn't my study habits, it was how I thought about studying. And that's when everything changed. Let's be real, it's not that we don't want to study, it's that we don't know how to make studying feel worth it. Most of us have felt it, the frustration of opening a textbook, trying to force our brain to absorb something, and yet we're barely making progress. That it's not the studying that's the problem. And if you're not interested, it's because you're looking at studying through the wrong lens. You're caught in a trap of trying to force yourself to be productive, without considering that maybe your method needs a makeover. Think about it, studying feels like a burden when it's disconnected from your personal drive. When you don't understand why you're studying or how to make it work for you, it feels pointless. And that's the trap many of us fall into. The feeling that no matter how much effort we put in, it doesn't seem to lead to meaningful results. The real problem? We're chasing after productivity like it's a trophy without realizing that true productivity comes from finding a balance between focused work and strategic rest. We're too focused on filling time rather than making time work for us. Let's break this down. At first, the idea of studying for 10 hours straight seemed impossible. My brain was constantly distracted and my attention span was shot. So I started thinking, how can I make studying feel easier? How can I create a system where my brain doesn't burn out after just an hour? That's when I know the Pomodoro technique. Here's how it works. Set a timer for 25 minutes. The first step is simple. You focus on studying for just 25 minutes. That's it. It might sound small, but trust me, that small chunk is crucial. It's like giving your brain a specific goal to hit without the overwhelming pressure of a long study session. You can do anything for 25 minutes, right? You'll be amazed at how much you can get done when you break it down into these bite-sized intervals. Take a 5-minute break. After those 25 minutes, you're free to take a 5-minute break. And no, this isn't an excuse to scroll through Instagram for 5 minutes. Use that time to get up, stretch, hydrate, or clear your head. This quick reset is critical. It helps your brain refresh so you don't burn out. Repeat. Now here's the magic. After 4 25-minute blocks, that's about 2 hours of studying, you take a longer break, usually 15 to 30 minutes. This gives your brain the recovery it needs to go back and hit the next block with full force. At first this would take time, maybe you will be distracted again, but it's okay. Slowly, once you adopt this, it would change your schedule. The real power of Pomodoro lies in what it does to your mindset. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the hours ahead, you're only focusing on the next 25 minutes. This makes studying more manageable, less stressful, and ultimately more productive. And the best part? You're training your brain to focus intensely for short bursts, which leads to better retention and less burnout. Once you start applying this method, something shifts within you. Studying doesn't feel like a marathon anymore. It feels like a series of small, achievable goals, each one moving you closer to success. Remember, every small win is a step toward mastering your craft. You don't need to study 10 hours straight to be successful. You need to study smartly, and when you do that, the hours add up and results follow. So, I challenge you, don't let distractions control you. Use the Pomodoro technique to fight back against procrastination. If you're still stuck in the loop of scrolling or binge-watching shows, just know you've got the power to change that. Take those 25 minutes, make them count, and watch how your productivity shifts. Are you ready to take that first 25-minute step and break free from the cycle of overwhelm? You've got this. Now go out there, use your time wisely, and make every minute of study count. Your success is waiting. Go get it.